Run your tongue across your teeth. Go on, right now. Feel that? One tooth sits a little behind the others, a couple are twisted. Maybe you had braces to fix it. Maybe you still should. Almost everyone watching this has some version of it. Crowded, crooked teeth, crowded teeth, wisdom teeth that never fit. We treat it as completely normal, just bad luck, bad genes, the way mouths are. It is not normal. For almost the entire human story, straight teeth were the default. Full sets, wisdom teeth that fit, barely a cavity. Your ancestors would look at your mouth and quietly wonder what had gone wrong with you. Something did go wrong, and it has a name, a date, and a culprit you would never suspect. The strangest part? It is still happening. To you, right now. Let's talk numbers. Today, crooked teeth are everywhere. Depending on how you count it, most people have some crowding. Roughly 1 in 3 of us has teeth crowded enough that a dentist calls it a problem. A problem with a clinical name, malocclusion, bad bite, teeth that no longer meet the way they should. Braces have become a rite of passage. Wisdom tooth surgery is almost routine. We spend tens of billions a year straightening our own mouths, a whole global industry built on the fact that our teeth do not fit our faces. Now wind the clock back far enough and almost all of that simply disappears. Dig up hunter-gatherers from before farming and their jaws are wide, strong, and roomy. The teeth sit in a smooth, even curve. The wisdom teeth came in straight and useful. No orthodontist, no braces, no surgery.
Just mouths that fit their own teeth. This is not a few lucky skeletons, it is the rule right up until a certain moment. So what happened between them and you? What changed? Start with what did not change. Your teeth are almost exactly the same as theirs. Same number, same size, genetically barely touched. What changed was the size of the box you keep them in. Your jaw got smaller, your teeth did not. And a full set of teeth built for a bigger jaw does not fit in a smaller one. They crowd, they twist, they get stuck. It is a mismatch, pure and simple, full-size teeth, undersized jaw. And the cause was not bad genes. It was the single most important thing our species ever did. One invention. And you can eat it for breakfast. Start here. To see how food could shrink a bone, you have to understand something strange about your skeleton. Bones are not fixed, finished objects. They are alive and they are listening. Living bone constantly rebuilds itself around how hard you use it. Push on a bone, work it, load it, and it lays down more material to meet the demand. Stop using it, and it quietly melts that material away. This is not slow evolution. This is your body this week. A tennis player's racket arm grows measurably thicker bone than the other. Astronauts in zero gravity lose bone fast because nothing is pushing on it. Your skeleton is shaped in part by what you do to it. So now, what works your jaw? Chewing. And not gentle chewing, hard, tough, stubborn food, hours a day from the time you are small.
A child in a foraging world chewed almost constantly, and it was hard work. Raw roots, tough game, gritty, unprocessed food, food that fought back with every bite. Those chewing muscles hauled on the growing bone for years while it was still soft and forming. And a jaw worked that hard, that early, grows wide, long, and roomy. Big enough for every tooth, with room at the back for the wisdom teeth. The jaw and the teeth grew up together, matched. The chewing built a house to fit the furniture. Hold that idea, because we are about to stop chewing. 12,000 years ago, something changes that will quietly rewrite the human face. We invent farming. We plant grain, we herd animals, we settle down. And we start to process our food like never before. We grind hard grain into soft flour. We boil it into porridge and gruel. We bake it into warm, soft bread. Cooking, grinding, boiling, all of it does the chewing for us before the food ever reaches our mouths. For the first time, huge amounts of our food are soft, warm, mushy, effortless. A bowl of porridge barely fights back. A child raised on this soft farmed food chews a fraction as hard as a forager child did. And remember the rule, a bone that is not worked does not grow to its full size. The chewing muscles pull less, the jaw grows less, shorter, narrower, smaller. But here is the cruel twist. Your teeth do not shrink to match. Tooth size is locked in far more tightly by your genes. So you get the ancient, full-size set of teeth trying to fit a brand new, undersized jaw. And they do exactly what you would expect.
They crowd, they rotate, they overlap, no room, so they shove each other out of line. Crooked. And this is not a guess or a theory. Scientists have lined up hundreds of ancient jaws from right before and right after farming arrived. One big study looked at nearly 300 skulls across the Middle East, Anatolia, and Europe. The foragers before farming? Smooth, even, roomy. The farmers after it?
They came in straight and did their job, a third set of grinders for a long, tough food life. In your shrunken modern jaw, there is simply no room left for them, so they get stuck. We even have a word for it, impacted. Some come in sideways, some stay buried in the bone. A tooth trapped in the jaw, aching, pushing on its neighbors, sometimes infected. A tooth built for a jaw you no longer grow. So every single year, surgeons pull millions of them out of jaws too small to hold them. A Stone Age tooth cut out of a farmed age mouth. But evolution is not finished with this story, because more and more people are now born with wisdom teeth at all. In some populations, a large share of people are simply missing one or more. The body, slowly, across generations, is deleting a tooth it can no longer house. So your wisdom teeth are not useless. They are a tooth from an older, bigger mouth that your jaw stopped building room for. Now the honest part. You might assume all this took a slow million years, a gradual evolution of smaller and smaller jaws. But here is where it gets genuinely strange. A lot of scientists now think it is not mainly slow genetic evolution at all. 12,000 years is a blink in evolutionary time. Too fast, some argue, for genes alone to reshape every jaw on Earth that quickly. So what is actually going on? A lot of it may be happening inside a single lifetime, yours. Remember, the jaw is built by chewing as you grow. So a child raised on soft, modern, processed food simply never grows the big jaw in the first place.
It is not always that you inherited a small jaw. It is that your jaw was never asked to get big. You could have grown the roomier ancestral jaw. A soft childhood diet quietly talked it out of it. Now, is any of this fully settled? No, and that is the honest truth. They still argue over how much is inherited genes and how much is your own diet reshaping you as you grow. The real answer is almost certainly some of both. But stay with me, because this is the wild part. If the diet side is even partly right, your skull is not just something you inherited, it is partly something your own life built. Your face is a record of what your species and you started to eat. So here we are, a whole species walking around with Stone Age teeth in farmed age jaws, and we did not fix it by chewing harder, we fixed it with an entire industry. Think about what braces actually are. We take teeth crowded because the jaw is too small, and we use wires and steady force to shove them back into line by hand. Clear aligners do the same thing, quietly. We are manually correcting a 12,000-year-old mismatch, one teenager at a time. Retainers, extractions, wisdom tooth surgery, devices that try to widen the jaw the way hard childhood chewing used to. We are quite literally paying to rebuild the mouth that tough food used to build for nothing. A perfect smile today is mostly something you buy, not something you grew. Straight teeth used to be free and standard. Now they are a product. This is what scientists call a mismatch, a Stone Age body dropped into a world it was never built for.
Your crowded jaw sits on a long list of things that ache because comfort came too fast, and nobody planned any of it. The farmers who softened our food had no idea they were redrawing the human jaw for every generation that came after. So run your tongue across your teeth again. That little crowd at the front, the tooth that sits behind the others, the wisdom teeth that never fit or never came, none of it is a flaw in you. Your teeth are perfect.
They are exactly the teeth your ancestors had. They are just waiting for a jaw that a soft, easy, well-fed life never asked you to grow. Your crooked teeth are not a defect. They are a receipt for the best trade our species ever made. We softened our food and we fed billions. We settled the whole planet on bread and porridge, and the bill for all of it came due in your mouth. A Stone Age smile crowded into a farmer's jaw for the price of never going hungry again. Worth it. Which is, on balance, a trade almost anyone would take. No complaints.